All right, let's go ahead and find the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. And if you remember that, that is y equals mx plus b, where m is going to be our slope and b is our y-intercept. All right, we can do this a few ways. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line up what we need to find, our m and our b. So based off of the graph that you see, we may be able to identify what the y-intercept is automatically. So remember, the y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. And so if I go to x equals to 0 on the grid and I just follow it straight down, x equals to 0 right there, you'll see that the y value is -5. So this tells us at -5, this is our y-intercept, and that is our b value. So I'm going to go ahead and put -5 in this spot. Now, the second thing we're going to do is we're going to find the slope. I'm going to do this two ways. I'm going to use the graph and I'm going to use a quick chart. So let's use the chart first. I'm going to take the points that we have and I'm going to put them in order. I'm going to say, well, not in any specific order. I'm just going to put 3 and -1, my x's, and the y, and then I'm going to put 0 and -5. Now, when I find the slope, if you remember, the slope m is the same thing as rise over run, or the change in the y values over the change in the x values. And we can find that by doing y minus y over x minus x. So to find the slope, and we're going to do it algebraically, we are just simply going to do y minus y over x minus x. So let's do that. I'm going to subtract 3 minus 0, which is 3. This would be my change in x, okay? And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do -1 minus -5. Now remember, two negatives make a positive, so that actually gives us -1 plus 5, which is 4, and that would be our change in y, and that is 4. Now, when we write that, we would say the slope is the change in y over the change in x, change in y over the change in x, and I would write 4 over 3. And this is actually what our slope is. M equals to 4 over 3. Now at this point, we have enough information to actually write the equation of our line. So I'm going to write that in bold red right here. I'm going to say y equals m, which is 4/3. I'm going to put the x right next to it, okay? And then I'm going to put the y-intercept, which we said was -5 or -5. Now, I did say we could do the slope another way, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and do the slope by looking at the idea of rise over run, and it's the exact same thing. We pick a point that is right on the intersection of two grid lines, and we rise and we run. We make a step. So we go over 3 and up 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is our rise. And there is our run, which is 4 over 3. So once again, that highlights we can do this graphically if the points are easy, but we can also go ahead and do the slope using this method right here to find the slope that way. All right, I hope that helps you write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form. That's all I got.